Hello everyone and welcome to our Tech Tuesday tutorial number 70. Today we compare both of Google Drive's syncing solutions, Drive File Stream and Backup and Sync. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Google Drive has had a way for you to sync files so that you can access them on your Windows or Mac file system. The program used to be called simply Google Drive, and it synchronized some or all of your files in your Google Drive to your computer. Whatever you wound up putting into My Drive folder appeared in your Drive online, and whatever you changed or created online synchronized with your desktop. That program is still technically around. It's been repurposed and called Backup and Sync, and it's really strong. You can install it on multiple machines, and they all synchronize to a central Google Drive account, which acts as a hub of sorts. Well, that worked fine for a while, especially for personal accounts. But with G Suite accounts, the online storage became rather large for some people's accounts, and people ran into issues trying to sync large amounts of files. Team drives also became a problem because they didn't sync with Backup and Sync. So Google came up with a different thing called Drive File Stream. It's an alternate solution that focuses on streaming your files as you need them. FileStream thus doesn't use much space on your hard drive as it pulls the files from the cloud as you work. This means that you need to have an internet access to access these files unless you mark them as available offline. Both of these programs have icons that appear in your taskbar. Some of them show up automatically and some of them show up only whenever they have a notification. You can activate the extra icons by clicking on the little arrow down here, and you might see them listed in this pop-up. This is Drive File Stream, and this is Backup and Sync. If you want them to appear always in the taskbar, just click and drag them down onto the taskbar, and then they'll be there all the time, regardless if there's a notification. Drive File Stream installs itself as a network drive on your computer. It may be G or H or something like that. Any team drives you're a member of will show up. And when you double click on these things, you'll be able to just quickly access all of your stuff in Drive, no matter how much content you have on here. The thing is, what's happening in the background is that all of these files are actually located in the cloud, and as you double click on any of these files, they are streamed. They are pulled down and streamed from the web, and you don't really know any different. You're just double clicking as if they're regular files. As usual, any changes you make online will be reflected here. If you double click on a Google file of some sort, like this sample book report that's a Google Slides, it will automatically launch your browser and take you to that file where you can access it. Drive File Stream doesn't use up a whole lot of space on your computer. Even if you have really large files here, these files are actually, again, located in the cloud, and you have to kind of pull them down as you double click them. It gives you access to your entire library without having to eat up a lot of space on your computer. The drawback here is that you need to have online access to access any of this stuff, unless you specify files that you would like to be available offline. So if you wanted something to be available offline, you could right-click on it, go to Drive File Stream, and tell it make it available offline. It'll slowly download all those files, keep them in a cache area on your computer, and you can access that whenever you need to. That means you're kind of having to do this on a regular basis for various folders and so on to make sure you can still have access to them there. Backup and Sync works a little differently. It goes under the premise that you're going to download all your files to your computer, and then you tell it which ones you don't want to do. So when you first launch Backup and Sync, it's going to ask you to choose what folders you want to back up. By default, everything's picked, including your desktop and My Documents and My Pictures. You can uncheck this stuff if you don't want any of this synchronized, and you can choose other folders on your computer to synchronize to your Google Drive. So that's an advantage there with Backup and Sync. I tend not to have it back up anything that's on my computer unless it's in the Google Drive folder, but again, this is up to you. So hit Next, and then you get to choose what you want to sync from Google Drive itself to your computer. So the first choice was what's coming from your computer to Google Drive, and then back and forth, and then what comes from Google Drive down. So you can tell it where to go and whether it's going to sync everything. Now notice this is 7 gigs. This is a pretty big account. I could choose, no, I don't want any of that. I really just want my projects, specifically my Tech Tuesday projects. That's it, just that folder. And that's the only one that's going to then show up on this computer in your Google Drive folder. If you only have certain folders you want to back up, then you can quickly reduce the size of your folder on your computer and have it not take up nearly as much space. Hit Start when you're done, and you'll see a folder pop up. It's going to tell you it's setting it up. There's a little icon down there saying that it's going to be synchronizing it. Now, you see two icons for me because I actually have Backup and Sync installed for my personal account, and now I'm adding my Georgia Southern IRC account to this. So that's one interesting thing with Backup and Sync. You can have more than one account in there. Right, so this may be a little confusing for everybody in terms of Backup and Sync versus Drive Sync and all that. So let's take a look at a comparison between the two of them, and then I'll discuss why you might want to use one versus the other. Right, so Backup and Sync, the idea is that it synchronizes your Drive content locally onto your computer. It's for personal accounts, but also available for most G Suite accounts unless they've turned it off at your school. Drive File Stream, the idea here is that you don't synchronize a whole lot to your computer, you just pull it from the cloud. So in here, they're basically the same. You can use any file that's in your drive. Team Drives is only supported with FileStream. You can sync only selected folders if you want with either one of these. You can sync individual files with FileStream, but not with Backup and Sync. With Backup and Sync, it's based on folders. Which folders do you want to pull down, not individual files. Both of them are designed so that you can have native files used like Office and Photoshop easily by opening them in a folder on your computer instead of having to launch Chrome. Because if you're synchronizing them or streaming them, you'll just double click them and it opens up. This is really good if you're sticking with Office or things like that, or just using files that aren't part of the G Suite application. One thing that FileStream does show is real-time presence with Microsoft Office. If someone's currently editing that file in FileStream and you're trying to access it in FileStream, it'll tell you. And it'll tell you to wait, or you can choose to go ahead and power through it anyways. Backup and Sync lets you sync other folders like desktop and my documents. Whether it's available to you on your school account is really up to the tech department, but most of them have left it on that we've seen. All right, use cases here. What's the bottom line? When would you use one or the other, right? In short, I would use FileStream under these conditions. If you don't have much hard drive space, but you want to be able to access all your files from Drive on your PC instead of going to the web interface, and launching the app. This is particularly good if you're using Office documents and you don't really want to download them every time to edit them. If you're using a lot of Microsoft Office files and need to access them from many different folders at a time, then yeah, at that point you're probably going to want to have FileStream because you don't want to synchronize every folder and your files may be scattered. If you want to access Team Drives on your computer instead of using the web interface, then yeah, FileStream is probably the best. I would use Backup and Sync if you have a lot of hard drive space or you use Google Format regularly. If you organize your folders in such a way that you only need to synchronize specific folders, or if you don't really want to rely on bandwidth, or you expect to be offline a lot, and you don't want to have to go in and specify each one ahead of time that you want to have offline, or if you want to back up other folders to your computer. Personally, I have a decent amount of hard drive space, and I found that Backup and Sync is just the easiest one to work with, and the most reliable because there's always a copy on my computer. Now, here's the thing. If you are trying to access something via Backup and Sync and it's only in Google format, like a Google slide, you still have to have internet access. And this goes for DriveStream as well, because whenever you click on one of these things that's a Google file as opposed to a PDF, it's a shortcut. Notice the file size is 1 kilobyte. That's tiny because it's not really that file. When you double click it, it launches that file in the web. If you're not online at that time, doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to access it. So if you're using Google Drive format, it doesn't matter if you're using Drive Sync or Backup and Sync. You are not going to have access to it offline unless you tell it to make it available offline. In Google Drive on the web, you can make your files available offline. You can do that by clicking on the gear and go into settings. And there's an option here for sync. It'll synchronize your Google Slides, Docs, and all that stuff to this computer so that you can edit offline. Now, it synchronizes the most often used stuff. It synchronizes stuff that you've had access to recently. It doesn't do the entire drive, but it does pretty much everything that you've been accessing recently. So regardless if you're using Drive FileStream or Backup and Sync, if you're using Google formatted files, you probably want to go ahead and turn this on that machine that you're going to be using all the time. You're going to want to have access. If you have a Chromebook, definitely, because you can't really install Backup and Sync or FileStream with that. Let's say you have a regular laptop, a Windows laptop, you might have Backup and Sync installed, and it will synchronize all your files except really the Google files, because again, those are shortcuts. If you have FileStream, it's going to try to stream every file unless you have gone in there and specified per file, make this available offline. The easiest thing for you to do in either of those cases, if you want to have offline access, is to use whichever streaming thing you want to use, but then remember to go in here to Google Drive on the web and check that box. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed this video and I hope you found it useful. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Heck, why not support us and click that subscribe button. Leave a comment or an idea for a Tech Tuesday video below. Share this video with your friends, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.